I'm Bambi DeVille. How many of you would like to bring some spark back into your relationship? How many of you would like to know the secrets to your lover's astrology chart? What makes them really turned on? What is it about your mutual charts that makes you compatible? What can you do to not walk on eggshells? These are the kinds of questions that I'll be answering in my videos. I'm interested in the compatibility of charts. I've been doing astrology all my life. I taught myself when I was 12 years old. I've been doing readings for people for more than 25 years. I was a professional for one of the psychic hotlines on television, and I live in New Orleans where I get to do readings for people all the time. I meet people from all over the world, and that's the reason I'm doing the channel, to share my astrology knowledge and the love that I have of relationship astrology with all of you. I love helping people figure out what they can do to make their relationships really thrive. Or, like, what can I do? What can I do to make him like me? I don't know what he loves. I don't know what it would I don't want to turn him on. Okay? Like I want to turn him on. I want to really get to her heart. I want her to really want to have a relationship with me. I just want to ask her out on a date. What do I do? Things like that. The questions that you have concerning your love life and your romantic life, your sex life, that's what I'll be covering in the videos. So, thank you for turning to me to help you with this journey. I'm really excited. I'll give you a couple of examples because I do readings all the time. Compatibility readings. If you don't know your chart, you can go to astroseek.com. That's a good example. It's free, and you must know your time of birth. It's really important that you know what time you're born. So ask your mom, find your birth certificate, or call the hospital where you were born and tell them you need a birth certificate with your time of birth on it. That is the way we can get the most accurate readings. And if you're interested in doing compatibility reading, you want to get your partner's chart as well. So you know, be casual about it. Like, uh, oh, you're on a first date and you're just having a cup of coffee. What time were you born? No. When's your birthday? My birthday's coming up. When's your birthday? Just without seeming a little creepy or geeky, I should say. I'm an astro geek. I'm telling you, like when I meet people, the first thing I do is somehow I work into the conversation. When is your birthday? And when I had my businesses here in New Orleans, I had vintage clothing shops, Bambi DeVille Vintage, which I will be bringing online. This is all après pandemic, right? So I used to do readings for people in my shops, and especially young women or men who didn't know where they were going or where they were supposed to live, or and both compatibility and astrocartography or travel astrology, which is where you're supposed to be living based on your astrology chart. And so when I do compatibility charts for couples, I usually look at that as well. Like I just did a couples reading. It was so much fun. They were retiring and they wanted to know where they were supposed to be living for the rest of their lives, right? Because they're going to sell their house, their kids are out, kids are gone. They don't need to live near their children. They just want to live someplace where they are going to be happy for this next chapter. So it's a funny story. I did their charts. I looked at their compatibility, which was a lot of fun because I was telling them things that they knew about themselves, but maybe had never put words to it. So we all had a really good laugh. And then when it came to where they're supposed to be living as a couple, well, we had to find a place that was good for both of them, right? The wife had this wonderful chart for California, but they're not going to go live in San Diego just because she's going to be happy, obviously. The husband had to be very much in a positive place with great aspects for him as well. So they told me where they were moving, and it was not a place they should have been moving. But they didn't know that. And I said to them, this is not going to be permanent. You're renting. I wouldn't unpack, right? So what do you think they told me? We already had a bad experience with the landlord. We're not unpacking. We're putting our stuff in storage. and we're looking for the next spot that we think would be the best place for us. And that's why we're contacting you through a mutual friend who I'd done her chart. So of course, the place that I found, and these are all on the East Coast, was is going to be good for both of them. And then within the next 6 months, they'll be moving to this new place. And it turns out it was a place they were both attracted to, were both interested in, and they were already questioning whether or not to give it a shot. So I just reaffirmed really what they were naturally going to be drawn to. So they'll be moving there, and in about a year, we'll have a follow up and we'll see how it goes. But I think it's going to be great for them. So that's compatibility chart for couples who are retiring, possibly, or if you want to move and listen to this. This is really true. My chart, my Venus, my love lines, what we call our love lines, and other positive aspects we're all in the same place where I met my ex-husband, who were very good friends. He's a wonderful person. We just wanted different things, which is another thing that if you really look at your charts, you can kind of figure out, do we want the same things? So I met everyone I've ever met who I had that kind of connection with. Believe it or not, I met them all in the same place, or they were all from that same place. And then another place on the planet where I met a person in one of my love lines. I'm just going to call them love lines for now, because that's what we're talking about. I met a person on my love line. And the funny thing about it is they're not from the United States. They're from another country. And the exact place where he lived and grew up in that country is where one of my other really, really positive relationship lines is. So it's no coincidence. So I really think that it's smart to find out as much as you can about your astrology chart. But what I will be focusing on is relationships. To start with, I'll be doing on this journey that we'll be on together. I will be doing readings for each sun sign. Then I will explain the importance of your Venus sign and the importance of your moon signs, which is why I'm saying it's really good if you have your birth chart. And I will be explaining the combinations of signs. And then I have lots of other exciting things that I love to do for couples and for people, which I think is really beneficial. And I'm looking forward to creating this channel for everyone to be able to have more insight into themselves so their relationships can be better. And also we'll be able to do private readings for people until I get super booked up. So if you're thinking about getting readings, I would start signing up. You can DM me or email me, whatever, if you want a reading. And I'm very approachable. So don't be intimidated to reach out and ask. So if you're interested in doing compatibility chart for you and anybody else, I can do that. But in the meanwhile, I hope you're going to come back and just enjoy my videos. And please tell me what it is you want to know. Like, what are your questions? What do you want to know about? And if there are specific signs that you would like a little bit more depth into. I'm hoping they'll be able to cover everything eventually, but I'm happy to jump into topics that are of interest to you. And I'm really looking forward to this journey with all of you. And thank you so much for finding my channel. Again, I'm Bambi DeVille from New Orleans, and I'm so looking forward to this. It's going to be so much fun. Thank you again. Oh, and possibly if I've already got another video up, check it out. All right. Bye. I'll see y'all soon.